Hello and welcome everyone to day 2 of 2024-25 NFL season predictions. Today we are going through the NFC West. This is day 2 of 9. Stay tuned for all of the upcoming 7 days on this series. But we're going to start something different. We're going to go from the bottom to the top, unlike yesterday. We're going to start at number 4 in the division, which is the Arizona Cardinals. I have them going 6-11 here. Let's go through their schedule real quick. I have them flip-flop in the first 4 games. They play the Bills first week. I have them losing to the Bills, then beating the Rams, losing to the Lions, and then beating the Commanders, which might be sort of an upset. I'm not too sure. They then go on a 4-game losing streak to the 49ers, Packers, Chargers, and Dolphins. Not too shocking, I would say. Maybe the Chargers one could be a little closer. I think all those teams should be expected to beat them. They got a little bit of a juggernaut here in the first couple weeks, and to be honest, I think you can make the argument that LA and Washington could beat them there, and they could start the season off 0-8. Then I got week 9, maybe a little bit of a shocker too. I have them beating the Bears, then losing to the Jets. So they go into the bye week at week 11 with a record of 3-7. I mean, not the worst. Obviously not good, but their team is not up to standards, I don't think. But I think they come off the bye with a divisional game against the Seahawks with a win, and then they play the Vikings, they get a win there. They then have the Seahawks again. I think they lose to the Seahawks. Beat the Patriots the next week. Then we've got 3 games here to end this season. We got the Panthers, Rams, and 49ers. I think they lose all 3 of them. Not ending the season well. There are going to be some questions about Kyler Murray for sure, depending on how he does. They go 2-4 in the division, 6-11 overall, but they are only 13th in the conference. So a little better year by their standards. Not making the playoffs, obviously, but they're getting a little closer. And I think Marvin Harrison will help them with that. Now up to 3rd place in the division, I have the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to see them here. They play the Lions, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. They play away the first 2 weeks, then home against the 49ers. I have them losing all 3 of them, going 0-3. A little bit of a slow start for them before they get a rebound game against the Bears in week 4. Eventually coming back home and losing to the Packers, which gives them a 1-4 record going into their bye week in week 6. And here's where they really turn up. This mid-season stretch for them, I think, is going to be huge. And I got some upsets here along the way. A couple, maybe 1 or 2. But they come off the bye. They get 2 wins at home right away against the Raiders, then the Vikings. They go away to Seattle. They lose that game, which ultimately might be the deciding factor in their season, as you'll find out, 3rd in the division. But then I have a little win streak, 4-game winning streak, which really puts them back into that playoff conversation. They got the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Eagles, and the Saints. So, at least 1 or 2 upsets in there. It's not going to be an easy stretch, and I think they can do that. And the record might be the same. I have them losing some games they probably should win and winning some games they probably should lose. Maybe they'll even out over the season. They then go on a 3-game losing streak, a season of streaks, really, I'm predicting for the Rams. I got the Bills, 49ers, and Jets, all good teams, all slated to, be fighting for a playoff position in their own right. They're going to lose those 3, which give them back the end of the season, week 17 and 18, 2 divisional opponents, the Cardinals and Seahawks. They are going to win both of them, trying to fight for a playoff spot, but at a record of 9-8, they will end up 8 in the conference. They also have a 2-4 divisional record, but they'll end up 8 in the conference and just missing the playoffs, which means our last 2 teams will make the playoffs. We have the Seahawks sitting here at number 2 in the division. They're going to start out this season strong with 2 wins right away, 1 at home, 1 away. They're playing the Broncos first again. They got the Broncos and the Patriots. I think those are 2 easier games to start your schedule, really get you eased into it almost, into that, tough schedule. Sometimes with those games you can see you get, an upset here or there, so I'd be looking out if the Seahawks aren't prepared right. Bo Nix isn't playing great in the preseason, so that could be Seahawks could be on upset alert that first week. Week 3, Dolphins. I think Dolphins will take care of business there. They're going to beat the Seahawks, but then they'll come back Seahawks next week on the road against the Lions and upset here. I think the Seahawks beat the Lions. 2 games, maybe one they should win, one they might not. They got the Giants and the 49ers those next 2 weeks. I have them losing both. And that 49er game, it's divisional, so you know how crazy those divisional games can get. After that, they're going to beat the Falcons, they're going to lose to the Bills, and then they're going to beat the Rams. So they're coming in to their bye week 5-3. I'm sorry, 5-4. They come into their bye week at 5-4, week 10. They come back again. It's kind of an off and on type of season for them. I'm predicting here. They're going to actually come back and beat the 49ers. That might be a little upset, but you know how divisional games play. And, kind of another evidence of that is the next week I have them losing to the Cardinals. Cardinals can get, a game or two. I have them winning 2 divisional games. So that'll be good, crazy divisional games. We have the Jets beating the Seahawks. Then the Seahawks getting revenge on the Cardinals. They're going to beat them. Lose to the Packers. Win the next 2 against the Vikings and Bears. And then it's week 18 versus the Rams. We all know what happens in that game. I think the Rams are going to win that game. They're trying to fight. But the Seahawks will have their position. Probably not secured. They're going to be fighting too, but I think the Rams will outlast them. I have the Seahawks going 9-8, 3-3 in their division, and they are getting the last playoff spot in the NFC. So up to our first place team. No surprise, it's the San Francisco 49ers, and they're going to start off on a heater. I have them starting off 8-0 against the Jets, Vikings, Rams, Patriots, Cardinals, Seahawks, Chiefs, Cowboys. Going into week 9 bye week. There are some games, they got the rematch versus the Chiefs, the Cowboys. Those are 2 games back-to-back. They're going to be a little difficult. You also have some divisional games in there with the Rams. Jets are definitely going to be better on the first week, so that might be a challenge. But I have them going 8-0 anyway. So going into week 10, they're coming back. They're going to play the Buccaneers. I have them winning that game too. Then here's the divisional game coming to play. I have the Seahawks beating them in week 11, but then they go on another 5-game win streak here against the Packers, the Bills, the Bears, the Rams, and the Dolphins. So they have 1 loss on the season going into their last 2 games. They lose to the Lions. In week 17, I have them, the Lions, beating the 49ers at home in an NFC Championship rematch, and then the 49ers with their spot, very much secured. 2 losses, might still be fighting for that number 1 seed. I have them winning against the Cardinals there. So as you can see, it's not an easy schedule by any means for the 49ers, but I think they absolutely have the talent to pull this off. On the other side of things, I wouldn't be surprised to see even 5 or 6 losses on here. I think their schedule is just, it's a tough one for them. But I think, coming off the Super Bowl, maybe you get the Super Bowl hangover. I don't think so. I think they're going to come in strong, looking to take care of business this year. They go 15-2, 5-1 in the division, and they are the number 1 seed in the NFC. All right, catch us tomorrow for another divisional prediction. We'll see you later. Peace.